everybody, so as I promised, this is the video of the surprise debate between me and very well-known liberal content creator on TikTok, Goodtrouble. He randomly requested, this wasn't a pre-scheduled debate, he just requested to join. I had an ongoing live stream. We talked about a variety of things. I tried to cut down the conversation to as short as I could, but it's still going to be pretty long. I didn't want to, selectively edit any clips or anything like that to make him look worse than he did himself. But I want it for a little bit of context because, my apologies, the audio is horrible. These TikTok debates are oftentimes trash for that reason. The audio is very bad, and the video quality is equally as poor. But we were having a discussion, and the topic of, the metaphorical pull yourself up from the bootstraps came up while we were discussing. And I described, first he described someone that may be unable to pull themselves up from the bootstraps, someone who has phone payments and car payments and all this stuff. So I then described someone who I personally know and some of the expenses that they use, because I believe the vast majority of people can metaphorically pull themselves up from the bootstraps, at least to get over the poverty line here in the United States, which is incredibly, incredibly low. Anywho, so I go on to describe this white man I know named Kevin, who made terrible financial decisions, and as a result is very, very, very poor. Immediately, without me ever mentioning race or attributing race in any way, shape, or form, this liberal content creator, Goodtrouble, here's these negative things that I'm saying about this person that I know, and immediately in his mind he attributed that man must be black. He assumed, because I was talking about these, a guy who spends a lot of money, he has to buy the very newest iPhone every time it comes out, he's got to go, buy the newest pair of shoes, he's got to do this, he's got to do that. He assumed that I was talking about a black person where I was not. He still, throughout the video, appeared not to believe that I was talking about a man named Kevin. He racially stereotyped and assumed that I had made the man up. Regardless of that, I eventually did call Goodtrouble on this and said that was highly racist. He then went on to say that there's this stereotype that black people aren't capable of working, which, without realizing it, Goodtrouble himself was perpetuating that stereotype when he attributed those negative characteristics to black people. He heard negative things, and in his racist liberal mind, he immediately assumed, oh, bad things, that man must be black. So I'll let you see for your own eyes. I tried to keep the video as long as I could without, making it selectively edited. Again, I do apologize for the horrible video and audio quality, but I wanted you guys to see for yourself. He actually admits to willingly race baiting in this video, and then there at the very, very end, as he sulks off in shame, he says, yes, I did have a specific race in mind whenever he's talking, again, about people who are poor and impoverished, because he assumes that all people of color are stupid, poor, and impoverished and incapable of pulling themselves from their bootstraps. But that's my interpretation. That's my view of how this conversation happened. I encourage you to come to your own conclusions while watching the entire thing, which was not in any way, shape, or form edited. And again, I tried to make it as long as possible without, making it unbearably long. So you guys check it out for yourself. One, I think you said a car, like some sort of a malfunction on their car, a car payment away from economic collapse. But you also mentioned they're paying a phone bill. Do they have a $1,000 iPhone that they're paying a bill on? That's a stupid financial decision. If you're living paycheck to paycheck and you can't afford anything, don't buy a $1,000 iPhone. Don't spend all of your money on pot every week. Don't go and make all these don't buy Spotify Premium. Don't go and buy the newest brand of shoes. Don't go and buy, there's a lot. You would be astonished the money that flows through the hands of the poor. The poor and broke in this country spend enormous amounts of money. There is a way to pull yourself up from the bootstraps. It's just not easy. You might have to sacrifice your newest iPhone and the newest kind of Jordan shoes and the newest kind of t-shirts and the Gucci hats and all this different stupid stuff. There is a way to pull yourself up from the bootstraps. People just don't want to hear it, so they want someone else to pay for them to get up and run it. That's lazy.
Victor,
actually have to work sometimes.
Victor, these are what we're gonna fucking, I don't know that we can continue to have this conversation, because all that you just said, all that whole string of you just got to work. Who are you talking about? Because all of those things were fucking dog whistles. Your Gucci hat, your fucking
bringing racism into it.
You are bringing race into this. I think it's
You
pretty.
are bringing. I never mentioned race.
You don't have to. That's what a dog whistle is.
What isn't a dog whistle in your world?
You, bro. You just spit
Do you hang on
all of
real
the
quick, real quick,
tropes.
real
You
quick,
just spit all of
real
the
quick,
tropes out. Go on.
real quick? What's my last name?
Because you're a person of color, you can't also be racist.
My last name is Nieves. I'm Victor Nieves. I'm the second generation born in the mainland United States. My grandfather's name is Juan. I
I don't
watched
know.
him build himself up from the bootstraps here in the United States. To tell me that people of color are too stupid, that they don't know how to pull themselves up from the bootstraps, that they're somehow
Oh my God.
incapable of working is the most racist thing that you could possibly say. You want to
I
talk
don't.
about dog whistles? Don't tell me that people of color are too incompetent to pull themselves up and financially support themselves. I disagree vehemently with what you're trying to say.
It doesn't matter if you disagree with it, because the fact of the matter is you can
You'd rather
be.
race bait. That's what. That's the
You
fact of the matter. You'd rather
can,
race bait.
absolutely. In
Yep.
this instance, that's who you're talking about. Be real with me. That's who we were talking about. And that's the point. This is the problem, is that this idea that like you make bad decisions and then list off a dozen fucking tropes and say you brought race into this is bullshit. And that's the fact of the matter. Like, I don't know.
You know who I was talking about in specific whenever I listed those so-called, what did you call dog whistle tropes? I was talking about a man named Kevin that I knew who fell through his double wide trailer. Kevin, the guy who bought a brand new TV. Kevin, the guy who bought Gucci shoes. Kevin, the guy who had to buy a new pair of, headphones every time a new model came out. Kevin, who had $1,000 iPhone. Kevin, the white guy I know he fell through the floor of his double wide trailer because he used to piss on the floor in his double wide trailer. Very weird fella, but he was white. I was describing a white guy I personally know. It wasn't
Great.
racist. You're the one who saw race into it. It was a white dude named Kevin.
Sure. Okay. I mean, I have a Kevin also. I have a Kevin too. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't that like that's not it, that could very well be real, but it also could not be real, because that's like a thing that people say. So like the I the issue that I have here is that among many, I I don't know. I don't know where to go. I
Because you
guess
drug race into it, where race didn't
no,
belong.
no,
You race baited, you got called on it, and now you don't know where to
no,
go.
Victor, I called you out because look, the fact of the matter is, you can be of any ethnic descent and also be racist. Can we agree
Yes,
on that? Sure.
yes.
Okay, great. So I don't know what your particular ethnic background has to do with the things that you're talking about, which by and large are attributed to the trope of black people not working hard enough, and like that's what you were saying. I'm glad you have a Kevin.
What?
I'm glad you have
I said that? You
me,
just said that. I can't
bro.
believe that you just said that.
That's
You just
that's
said
all.
that.
I'm I'm not. You can't fucking gaslight all of us into hearing this,
You just said that. What are you
bro.
talking about? Me gaslighting? You totally just said that.
You listed off a bunch of fucking dog whistle bullshit. That's
I was
all.
talking about Kevin. I literally know him. Do you want his address? He lived
Yeah.
in a trailer park in a town called. He
Okay.
was the uncle of my ex-girlfriend. His name was Kevin. He rolled into the hospital in a wheelchair and said, "I'm gonna get paid." It's Kevin.
Okay.
You just brought race in, and then you said that black people don't work hard. What was that?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I
Like
said that.
5 seconds ago. You
I
said
said that.
that black people don't work hard.
No, 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 no,
You
no.
just attributed a buttload of negative stereotypes to black
No.
people and then
That's not.
tried to say that I did that.
That's not, bro. It's not true. I didn't say that. You
I have
fucking
it on video. I can literally pull the live replay of you literally saying that, like
I
word
hope,
for word.
bro. I would. Okay. I hope you do. I hope that you play this whole thing, and maybe if you play it back, you'll hear what I was saying. You are saying things consistent with all of the other dog whistle bullshit. If you know Kevin, that's great. All of the things that people attribute other races of, like not working
You're
hard
about
enough.
to do it again.
I'm saying you. Okay. Well, we can go back and forth in circles, bro. Okay.
You almost did it again. I was just watching out for you because you were about to do it again. You
I
were
don't know
about
what
to
you
say
think
it
here,
again. It was very racist. Very, very racist.
Victor. This is just not okay. It's wild. That's wild. Anyway, uh, fuck me, bro. That's a wild thing to like accuse somebody of.
It was a wild thing to say.
I think. What am I? No, bro. Okay.
I think you're realizing that what you said and how
Yeah.
racist it was.
I'm trying to get back to what we were fucking talking about, and I'm so lost in the forest now with this bullshit of like the idea that you sort of like can't accept factors outside of your own sort of uh, situation here is it is my biggest issue, and that's really what I was like talking about in the first place. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying uh, the idea that all of these things exist, and you see these things, and you say, "Well, you shouldn't do these things," and then don't give people an out or the means to like escape this sort of uh, poverty that they're in is wild to me. It's really like that's all. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. And are those kids of a particular race in your mind, or
Yeah, they look. Fuck. That's wild. All right. I guess have a good night, little
you're kind
buddy.
of racist?
Yeah, for sure. That's what it is.
It's pretty racist. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. I gotta go.
Okay.
Bye.